And good Monday to all y'all out there. Guess what? It is time for the Jerry Hinkle program. The reason why so many people hate Mondays, and on top of being just regular Monday, it is Martin Luther King Day, a federal holiday, which is for that's the reason why the banks are closed and there was no mail delivered and all kinds of stuff like that there. Well, I had a meeting last week with the UBS network brass, more specifically the vice president of standards and practices, and now they are usually in charge of censoring offensive content from from the network uh, shows. But they're actually they wanted me to actually put some content in the show. Well, for one thing, they want a more tightly scripted show, and so I have so we have writers now, and we're doing some things. Okay, so I have the script right here, and I'm going to at, at different times refer to it. Just in case I forget something, it's all right here. So, uh, we are coming to you from the Ashley Kringen studios of the UBS network. We are not brought to you by Warning Salsa anymore. Apparently, that's one of the reasons why we had that meeting last week where we have to be on a script. Anyhow, our first issue we're going to talk about is Hillary Clinton. Yes, Hillary has been taking a little bit of flack because she's a little too. She brags about her grandchildren too much, apparently. I really don't know. I haven't been paying that much attention to the campaign, but that is critics are saying that. But I would remind you that she is a grandmother, yes, and this is her first grandchild, and as far as we know, it's her only grandchild. I don't know why we would, we'll just for argument's sake, we'll say that it is her only grandchild. And when it is the first and it is your only, grandparents do tend to brag on that child in an excessive fashion. I referred to you my own parents when they had and they had, and yes, they did have adopted grandchildren as well, but that first natural grandchild was something else. Everything that Brittany girl did was exceptional in their eyes, and well, I must admit that she was an exceptional young lady in my eyes as well, and that doesn't take away from any of the children who were not actually born into the Hinkle family, but when she ate a chocolate chip cookie, it was a remarkable achievement just by virtue of her doing it. That's just the way it is with grandparents and sometimes Norwegian bachelor uncles like myself. I'm sure that so anyhow, that's kind of what's going on with Hillary. So, you just kind of have to, if you're supporting Hillary, you got to support that. If you don't support Hillary, well, you got to put up with it until someone else is. And I don't want this to be misconstrued into an endorsement of Hillary's presidential campaign, because we, the UBS network is working on their endorsement, and UBS network being the parent company of Hollywood Advocate, I'm not allowed to make those decisions. And when they make that decision, when the decision comes from on high, all of us down low will be telling you about that. Anyhow, so according to the network, this is they wrote down how I feel about that, and so yeah. So pretty much that's and so those and if what she does offends you, actually you're just going to have to put up with it until she is either voted in or voted out, and we'll just handle it from there. And I guess one of the things that isn't in the script, so I'm going to go off script a little bit here, is that she apparently has inferred that because some of Senator Sanders' grandchildren were not naturally born into his family, that they aren't actual grandchildren. Now, I don't know that for a fact. I'm just repeating what I heard. And that is a shame, and, well, to say that. And that's certainly not how some folks feel. And I guess if that offends you, then I guess you're going to have to throw your support to Senator Sanders. So, okay, that's... second issue we're going to talk about the lottery. Yes, indeed. Last week, the lottery went clear up to $1.6 billion, which that's a lot of money, no matter where you come from. And there's already been scams about that. There was a fellow before the drawing. He did a little post on Facebook that saying everybody that copied and pasted and shared it and forwarded it and all that he would cut them in on his winnings if he was to do. Okay, so a lot of people did that. There and media experts have said that they're saying if it's on Facebook, it's not exactly legally binding. There's other things that, this whole Facebook official thing is nice, but it's just not. It's not going to hold up in a court of law unless it's a Facebook court of law, and I've never seen one of those, nor do I want to. Also, after the drawing was held, it was determined that 3 winning tickets were sold for something like $500 and some million apiece. And as far as I know, none of them, going off script here, because that was part of the script here. But apart from off script, I can tell you that I don't know who any of these 3 people are. I know that there's different at Tennessee, California, and Texas, or something like that. 3 different people. There was one person on Facebook claimed that he won the whole thing, and he said for every like and share and whatnot, he's going to give $1,000 to those people. Now, I don't know how you'd be able to track down these people. There might be a way. It is the 21st century after all, and tracking people has been sort of a sport with some folks. But anyhow, that was a hoax, obviously, if you've been following the news closely. If you heard it on UBS News, you can guarantee you can take that to the bank and borrow money on it. Okay, maybe not. You can't probably borrow money on that, but still. There's 3 different winners. So this dude that claims he won the whole jackpot, that's a fraud. All right there? Okay. Lottery. Oh, and another thing, separate about them, there's been posts circulating around Facebook about, would you slap your brother or punch your brother or whatever for $3 million? Well, that even if it wasn't even if it wasn't scripted here, I would have to say no. And the reason how come for that is, what's it say on the script here? You can tell the UBS network is very knowledgeable about what's going to make this program better by tightly scripting things, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, family to me is too important, and even if it wasn't written down here on the script, I would say yes. my family means more to me than the $3 million that I would get for slapping one of my brothers upside the head or punching them in the mouth or whatever. But basically, the only sock in the mouth, going off script, the only sock in the mouth my brothers will ever get is this here one. I'm going to save it. If they ever, if anyone wants to give me $3 million to give one of my brothers a sock in the mouth, here it is. I'm going to put this up on the shelf here at the Ashley Kringen Studios. You come by with your checkbook, half your checkbook handy, maybe even half that cash. Who cares? But I'm going to have that up there, and then we'll talk about it. Oh, and the thing they talk about here is that they'll take care of the doctor bills, and they will give the brother half of the $3 million, and then take care of his doctor bills besides. Well, no, I don't believe that. It's my integrity is not for sale. Even if it's in the script, it's not for sale. Even if it wasn't in the script, my integrity is not for sale. Just my intelligence and the sanity, apparently. But okay. Anyhow, next thing I want to talk about is Star Wars. Apparently, when we were talking about, I identified the Daisy Ridley character as Ren. Of course, Kylo Ren being the villain of the piece, played by Adam Driver. Is not Daisy Ridley's character. Her character is Rey, and so I want you to know. And I made a special notation in here. I want to apologize to anybody who was offended by that, even though you didn't call in to complain or in the comments. So there we go. Just know that I'm not quite as absent-minded as people seem to think I am. Anyhow. And everything else I said about Star Wars stands, but that's the only correction that I have. And so what? Oh, it says I'm supposed to sing After the Lovin', the Engelbert Humperdinck song, which is 40 years old this week. And so we'll see about that. Okay, Kmart is closing. That's an interesting little news tidbit. Kmart is closing in Mitchell, in Pierre, but not in Huron, which is just a little bit north of downtown Mitchell. So if you are a Kmart shopper, you got to go clear to Huron in order to do that. Or you can stay right here, shop at Walmart or Shopko or one of the wonderful shopping centers that we have here in beautiful downtown Walmart. Oh, that's beautiful downtown Mitchell. Of course, if you go to Walmart, you will see me there. I'm not sure if that's a selling point, but so far it's the truth. And so, interestingly enough, there's some stores of Walmarts are being sold. All of their closed, rather. All of the Walmart Express stores are being closed. Apparently, when people go to Walmart, they don't want to be hurried. So the Walmart Express, there's something like, but a few hundred stores worldwide are being closed in Walmart, and the Walmart Express chain is one of them. So if you like the Walmart Express, I don't know what that's like. I've never actually seen one of those, but that's the way it goes there. Okay, the Revenant movie apparently has been getting a lot of Oscar buzz with Leonardo DiCaprio. And it should be noted that the Hugh Glass story about him being mauled by a bear, that all happened right here in beautiful South Dakota. He was mauled by a bear in the Shade Hill area. Not exactly. They've got a place that marks where he was supposedly mauled. And I don't know that I've ever seen that. You might want to talk to my mother. She might have showed that to me. And so he went to Chamberlain to exact revenge on the folks that left him for dead. But the movie is 156 minutes long. So, well, okay. According to the script, here we go. So sing you to sleep after the loving with a song that I wrote yesterday. 'Cause I want you to hear what the words and the music have to say. It's so hard to explain everything that I'm feeling. Face to face, I just seem to go dry. And I love you so much that the sound of your voice can get me high. Thanks for taking me on a one-way trip to the sun. Thanks for turning me into someone. So I'll sing you to sleep after the loving. I brush back the hair from your eyes. And I love you so much that the sound of your voice can get me high. And I know that my song isn't singing anything new, but after the loving, I'm so in love with you. Here's the big finish. I'll sing you to sleep after the loving. Now brush back the hair from your eyes. And I love you so much that the sound of your voice can get me high. And I know that my song isn't singing anything new, but after the loving, I'm so in love with you. Isn't that lovely? Well, that's all we have for this week in the Jerry Hinkle program here from the Ashley Kringen studio of the UBS network. So until next time, well, God be with you. Do the best you can. Subscribe. Here I go. I'm going off script again. Okay, so follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. If you're going to follow me on the road, don't follow too close. That's tailgating. And, hey, get out of my bathroom. You're invading my privacy.